Welcome to On-Demand Instructions video on Writing Standard 5. We will discuss developing and strengthening writing. We will be covering the core standards in writing, develop and strengthen writing as needed by planning, revising, editing, rewriting, or trying a new approach, focusing on addressing what is most significant for a specific purpose and audience. This session's goals are to learn when to focus on addressing what is most important for a specific purpose. Let's start with what you already might know about this subject by answering these questions. What is planning? What is revising? What is the importance of editing? When should I rewrite or try a new approach? A story of any size, a 500-word story, or a 200,000-word epic needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Planning out these three things before starting will save a lot of time and work in the end. Think of where your story takes place. How much do you know about this place? Is it real or imaginary? If it's a real place, research it and get as much information as you can about it. If it exists only in your imagination, write down all the details, as you will want to be consistent throughout. Think about what your main characters will be like. Visualize them talking, walking, and reacting to other characters in a believable way. What do they look like? How do they act? Where are they from? How old are they? All of these questions are important to know in the planning process. How long do you want your story to be? Does the idea you have what it takes to make it your ideal length, or will it fizzle out? An idea for a magazine article probably won't have enough depth to flesh out a 100,000-page novel. What message do you want your story to put across? It doesn't need to preach or have a deep philosophical message, but it should leave your reader thinking about what you've written and caring about the characters you've created. Revision is the process of rereading a text and making changes in order to improve it. Content, organization, sentence structure, and word choice all need to be looked at in revision. A writer may add, remove, move, and substitute text. To revise a paper is to restructure it, eliminating unnecessary details or information, adding details, rewriting paragraphs or sentences, double-checking the accuracy of the supporting evidence, rewording awkward phrases, and proofreading are all part of revision. Editing is checking spelling, capitalization, punctuation, grammar, sentence structure, subject-verb agreement, consistent verb tense, and word usage. To make a piece of writing look professional, it is important to make sure all of these things are as correct and accurate as possible. Read your own works backward. Read the last sentence, then the second to last, etc. Does each sentence make sense on its own? Are there any errors in the sentences? Rewrites can be done at a sentence level, deleting and switching words around. Structural rewrites are the kind that change the genre of the story, like changing the main character to a vampire. A structural rewrite may also change the order of events, the relationship of the characters, the setting, or the point of view. Just as every good mechanic has a toolbox full of tools, a writer must also collect tools for their toolbox. Some tools you will use more than others, but each has its own purpose. Fill your toolbox with tools such as grammar, punctuation, capitalization rules, figurative language, rhyme, rhythm, and vocabulary. Just as a mechanic knows which tool to use at which time, use your tools to make your story stronger and more powerful. One tool that can really power up your writing is a good vocabulary. With all of these tools in your toolbox, writing for a specific purpose and audience should fall into place. While writing, it is always a good idea to keep your purpose and audience in mind to keep your story on track. Developing your story is important, as any good story has been planned, revised, and edited. All of these things are necessary to making a coherent whole. Read this short story. While reading, take note of how it must have been planned and revised and edited. What is most significant for a specific purpose and audience? Pause the video if necessary. Let's do an activity to further enhance your skills. Read this short story. How could it benefit from editing, planning, revising, and/or rewriting? How can I strengthen my writing? By planning, revising, editing, rewriting, or trying a new approach. These are all things that can help turn a good story into a great one. Why do I need to plan my story? A story needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. If the structure is there from the beginning, the story will have a strong base and could be built into a great story. How do I know what my target audience is? Ask yourself when you are writing what or who you are writing for. This is your target audience. This question will usually answer what your purpose is as well. As a student, you're expected to develop and strengthen your writing as needed by planning, revising, editing, rewriting, or trying a new approach. We've come to the end of our session. We have discussed planning your story, revising and editing what you've written, rewriting. To learn more, go to these websites for additional information. Return to www.ondemandinstruction.com for more instructional videos, podcasts, and materials. We update the site weekly.